Hi and welcome to Watercolor with Sonia. Today we're going to work on some negative painting. And negative painting is all about trying to work through the spaces around the images. And so here I've just drawn these windswept trees, and I'm going to lighten them up a bit here so there's not so much pencil, so that you can see more of how we're going to go around the shapes. But the very first layer is always a very, very light wash that begins with a kind of a mix of three colors. And of course my favorite colors are the permanent rose, the phthalo blue, and the Hansa yellow. Today I'd like to try and switch that up a bit and use a couple different colors. I like to use the Windsor green, the quinacridone rose, or I think I'll use alizarin actually, and then a different yellow. And I believe that's going to be, let's see what this is right here. This is the new gamboge. Yes, so we're going to use new gamboge, which is a little bit warmer. And I'm hoping between that I'll get some nice greens and purples that I'm looking for, and a few magentas. Okay, just trying to get my other tray out here so I have access to more painting area. And we'll begin. So the first thing I have to do is put some more of my new gamboge in here. Been using it up quite a bit lately. Okay. And the alizarin crimson is going to go down here. I think right in here. There we go. There's alizarin crimson. That's the Holbein version. Oh, you don't see that. Okay, here we go. So there's the alizarin crimson, and I put the new gamboge in there, and I got lots of the phthalo green here. Okay, let's get started by wetting the entire surface. I could spray it. I'm just looking. Yes, I have spray of water here. So let's spray it first. That'll make it faster to start getting the activation. I could have pre-wet this paper too, but I think that's going to be sufficient to start with. And now I have to find a brush that's going to work for me. And I just put a whole bunch of brushes together and had that in another spot here. Okay, so I'm going to use a larger brush, and it's going to be my one of my Daniel Smith. Oh, it's a Da Vinci Casineo brush. And we're just going to smooth that out here. Try and get that all shiny, but not too shiny. So just want to get a bit of a sheen on it. Okay, so the first thing is to add just a little bit of the color you want to use. So I'm going to start with my phthalo green, and just pop in a little bit around. Very light, because this is quite a staining color. Don't want too much on here, and I want it to dry very light. So that's pretty good to start with. Okay, now we'll add in a little bit of my alizarin crimson, which is very strong, because I've had it just out of the tube, and it's going to go everywhere and really add in a lot of color there. So we'll just let that push in around. Put a tiny bit more down here. Lift a little bit more up here and put it down here. Okay, and then the only thing I want to do now is add a little bit of my new gamboge. I better check that I don't have too much intensity. So I've just popped it into another area and just popping it in. Here we go. Add a little bit more just up here. Great. So that's our first layer. We have to let that dry. So I'm going to stop the process, and I'm going to then let it dry and be back.